The following episode is explicit and is intended for mature audiences. Listener and viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, it's Nathaniel and Avila reporting for Dallas County, and we're here with unprepared Clara.
I am prepared. I prepared.
Okay, because you were with the cat like a minute ago.
Please allow me to introduce myself. Thank you. I'm Clara Avila, also reporting from Dallas County. You can't talk over me.
Are you the real Slim Shady?
No.
Oh.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? And then I sit down because that's not me.
Okay. I think Eminem killed off the character. I think you made a big deal out of that.
All right. Welcome to the 6th episode, I believe.
I think so.
Of The Devil in the Detail, our podcast where we talk about all things Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss.
Okay, so let's get down to business to defeat the Huns, as they say.
Let's get down to business. Well, I can't sing it, or else Disney will clock me because my voice is so good.
Yeah, my voice is so good. Remember when you thought?
See, he's about to tell a really stupid story.
No, it's a good story.
Where we were watching West Side Story,
the remake,
and
the Spielberg version.
The remake, and there was a part where I heard a really terrible
really good
story. Oh, it was
really
so
good.
bad.
It was really good.
That I was like, was that Ansel Elgort? Because I was terrified to think that they allowed that in the movie.
It was so good. She thought I was Ansel Elgort.
It was so bad that I was in pure shock and awe that they could allow that to be in the final cut. And then he revealed to me that it was him singing, and I was like, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I was so good. She thought I was Ansel Elgort. Oh, goodness. Also, let's talk about the latest short that just dropped.
That's right.
Did you watch the latest short?
I still haven't done it yet. I've been super busy. But I know that you have, so why don't you tell me about it?
Well, more or less, from what I can gather, it is Blitz gets a job to kill, like, it's called Mission Weeaboo.
Yes. I did see the title.
Mm-hmm. And it was directed by Vivzy.
Of course.
And it features Blitz getting a new hit assignment for this girl named Amber Lynn, who has since blown up the internet. People
super cute design.
People love her, and who is supposed to be like a weeaboo, cute ooh girl. And she's also an insane stalker.
Super fun.
Yeah, she's also an insane stalker. She's obsessed with Blitz.
Oh, goodness.
She wants Blitz to be with her romantically, and Blitz doesn't want that because he's very uncomfortable, and then he does what anyone could think is stab her and then kill her.
Nice.
And then she ends up,
honestly, a really bad idea because she's just going to end up in hell with him.
Yeah, well, that was part of his assignment. He had to kill her, and because she was the hit.
Oh.
And so, I think it ends with Amber Lynn in her new sinner form, in her new sinner demon form, who is like a cat sinner demon, like a little kitty cat with 3 eyes and bat wings, like little tiny bat wings.
Adorable.
Calls out for Blitz outside the IMP headquarters.
Oh dear.
And she's like, "Please let me in."
Oh.
And then he hides, and I think that's pretty much it.
Very interesting.
So, what do you think about the new Amber Lynn? Everybody loves Amber Lynn. Are we going to see more of Amber Lynn?
I don't know. I guess we're going to have to find out.
Do you want more Amber Lynn?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't say for myself whether or not I want more Amber Lynn.
Okay. Well, let's talk about our part 3 on our mini-series about the V's.
That's right.
And we're going to talk about
Velvette.
So, let's talk about her design.
All right.
She's got a cedar brown skin that glows with like the embers of a cozy fire. And her hair, it's a wild curly ride of desire red, streaked with dark navy blue and white swirls, all tied up in pigtails with black hair ties. So yeah. Her eyes are the kind that would make the blood... No, not Disney.
My cats are going wild today for some
Not
reason.
my Disney little.
If you guys hear any weird sounds, that's the cats moving around.
Anyway, she has white irises, red sclera, and pupils sharp enough to slide through any nonsense. And she also has a burgundy eyeshadow, paired with black lipstick, and a stripe across the middle of her mouth. And then, which has like fangs. Also, she has fangs. Now, Velvette's wardrobe is a mix of dark and desire. She rocks skull earrings, and her sleeveless dark navy blue coat with burgundy lining and fur collar is decorated with 2 cheeky desire hearts. Beneath the coat, she flaunts a black turtleneck crop top with matching hearts on the chest. Her pants are a dizzying navy blue and desire red striped pattern, held up by a belt with a heart-shaped buckle. And her shoes, navy low-heeled beauties with white pom-poms on the top. And then to top it all off, she's got a black striped fingerless opera gloves, white for the right hand and desire red for the left.
Fashion.
So yeah, what do you think about her design?
I think that the design is super cute. I love it. And I love the fact that Velvette is one of the few characters that changes outfits almost every episode.
Because she's supposed to be like a social media person.
Yeah, she is a fashion designer and social media influencer.
Yeah, in the non-canon, it says that she died in the 2030s, which I find kind of ridiculous. But in the canon, I believe she died in like the 2010s, which makes more sense. Because that's when like social media was like on the rise.
On the rise, yeah.
And like pretty heavily influential. It's still kind of influential now, but it's kind of plateaued.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And so yeah, like in the pilot.
Yes.
Velvette,
very different.
Yeah, she was more of like a doll person. Because that's what Velvette is supposed to be. She's supposed to be like a doll sinner demon.
Yes.
Like how Valentino is a moth and Vox is a TV.
She
is like a doll.
Like a fashion doll.
Yeah.
You know?
Now her hair, a luscious mix of desire red and burgundy with bold white streak on her bangs, and also her hair was styled into pigtails that looked like it did just survived a tornado. Held together by frilly black and white hair ties and added just the right amount of chaotic charm. Her eyes were framed with white eyeliner at the lower part, giving her that wide-eyed doll look, and a striking white strip ran across her eyes. And her outfit. Let's talk about her outfit, Clara.
Yes.
She sported a pimped-out T-length dress that was a swirling mix of white, black, and desire red. The dress featured short black puff sleeves that were a perfect mix of cute and sinister. And the bottom was decorated with black triangles and desire hearts, because why settle for ordinary patterns when you can have symbols of obsession? Fingerless gloves in the pilot were longer, running up to her arms in bold desire and white stripes, adding to extra layer of attitude.
Attitude. Okay, we keep doing that.
Okay.
Well, I'm the one that keeps doing it.
And to complete the ensemble, she wore black tights paired with desire red flats that were topped with white pom-poms, making her every step a blend of adorable and dangerous.
Yes, it's very cute. And actually, I believe that the icon that is shown of her when she calls Vox, I believe that is a reference to the outfit in the pilot.
Yeah, she doesn't wear a dress anymore.
We don't see her wearing that dress, at least.
So she's the backbone of the base. That's how she talks. Do you think we're going to hear more of her singing?
Probably, yeah.
She only had one song.
She only had one song.
And it was a duet.
Yeah, but with the V's being more important in the second season, I'm certain that we're going to hear more from her.
Valentina hasn't had a song yet, right?
No, Valentino has not had a song.
Okay. So we'll probably hear one.
I would like to, yeah.
Yeah. So Velvette is like that one friend who's always a step ahead of everyone else when it comes to fashion and tech. She's got her finger on the pulse of what's hot and what's not. This trend-setting flair is why she and Vox are practically besties. They vibe over the latest gadgets and killer styles, and she's got that side that is as crazy and as it is cunning. Something Faustis pointed out pretty accurately. Now, in the world of fashion, Velvette is both the queen and the executioner. She's critical, judgmental, and has an eye that misses nothing. Whether it's the tiniest fashion faux pas or the shadiest expression on someone's face, like when she clocked Carmilla's guilty look after pulling out a severed exorcist head.
Yep. She was like, "Oh,
what was the lyric in the
your
song?
Face. Oh,
When I pulled out the angel's head."
No, that's not how it went at all. I don't remember the line. It's like
I think it was. I don't.
I saw your wrinkled face turning red.
When I brought out the angel's head.
Yeah, something like that.
And then she was like, "I'm not the one who needs a new attitude."
Yeah.
They sound exactly like who plays her.
Yeah.
I don't know who plays her.
Exactly.
I know who plays her. I just need to think in my brain. I just need to look it up on my brain because I know who it is.
Not on your phone.
Lily Cooper.
Lily Cooper.
Lily Cooper. I knew. Yeah, I sound exactly like Lily Cooper.
Okay.
So now, as an employer, Velvette is a nightmare in high heels. Disrespectful, overbearing, and with a tongue sharp enough to slice through the toughest of egos. She rules her underlings with an iron fist, and they're rightfully terrified of her. When her quote-unquote best model got dismembered by Valentino, Velvette didn't bat an eye. Instead, she was just mad about the inconvenience of having to find a replacement on such short notice. After all, waiting for the model to literally put herself together wasn't an option. Right, Clara?
Yes.
Okay. So, Velvette likes to think of herself as the backbone of the vase, and she's not shy about it. What?
Nothing. Keep going.
She's more than willing to throw down, whether it's needling Carmilla at the meeting or mocking the other overlords for being, quote-unquote, old,
That's right.
and I quote, too scared to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they're anything but, her bravado knows no bounds. And when she's got a severed exorcist head in hand, she's all in for war, eager to make a power grab.
That's right.
Without a second thought about the actual intel.
That's right.
For Velvette, it's all about the thrill of the fight and the chance to come out on top, no matter the cost.
Mm-hmm. She's all about using the power that you have.
And if it was thou who killed the angel.
Is that the song?
Zestiel.
Is that the song that Zestiel sings to
With Carmilla?
Yeah. Where she's like, "You gotta protect your people."
She has like a very distinct singing voice.
She does.
It was like it's like, and when that angel went on.
Not even close.
I sound exactly like her.
Not even close.
Vivsy, if you need a voice double.
Keep going.
Okay, so Velvette got a trick up her stylish sleeve that's something sort of magical. With a simple swipe of her fingers, just like she's scrolling through her favorite fashion app, she can instantly transform anyone's outfit into whatever style she desires.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty cool powers. I wish I had those.
Okay? Now, whether it's a complete wardrobe overhaul or just a quick touch-up, she does it all with a flick of her hand. And of course, she does it with flair. Her hand glowing with sparkles as she works her fashion magic. So, yeah. Velvette's not just a fashion icon. She's literally got a freaky side that'll make your head spin. Literally. During her opening line for Respectless, she casually pulled off a move that would leave anyone else in knots. Mm-hmm. While spinning, she rotated her head a full 360 degrees, all without breaking a sweat or needing to unwind it back. It's like her neck didn't get the memo about human anatomy and she just rolls with it.
No, put your hand down.
That was good.
I guess she's like a doll, then, that makes sense. You can turn doll heads all the way around.
Right. So yeah, and Velvette is she's sharp, multi-talented overlord with a brain to match her bold style. Her intellect is as wide as her wardrobe, as she demonstrated when she pieced together that Carmilla was behind the demonkind's first exorcist killing.
That's right. That's right.
All it took was a glance at Carmilla's body language, anger, and dead silence during the Overlord's meeting. And Velvette had the mystery solved before anyone else even knew there was one.
Yeah.
Even though I think that was more of just a writing decision.
What do you mean? About her figuring it out?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, still, you have to be smart in order to figure that out.
Yeah, I know. But I think it was mostly like, okay, they need to figure it out, like, quick. We can't linger on the fact of them, like, wondering how it happened. And they're typing the script.
That's a possibility, too.
Because, like, we only got 8 episodes. They gotta, like, we gotta rush, we gotta go through this. She needs to figure out, like, right now. So when it comes to deal making, Velvette plays the game just like any overlord worth her salt. While she hasn't flexed this power on screen yet, it's a known fact that she can strike deals with other demons, whether it's a simple favor or a contract for someone's very soul. And also, Velvette's also got a knack on potion making, whipping up concoctions, and that range from mysterious to mischievous. Need proof? Do you need proof?
No.
Well, I'll give you the proof.
Okay.
I'll give you the proof, Your Honor.
Give me the proof.
Just check out the love potion she's been promoting on posters and billboards in Radio Kill the Video Star.
That's right.
And in Masquerade.
Yes, she is the creator of the love potion that we see somebody try to sneak angel dust in Loser Baby.
In Masquerade.
Loser.
It's called Masquerade. It's not called Loser Baby.
Loser Baby. Yeah, in Masquerade.
It wasn't even during that
No,
thing,
but that
before.
scene comes after.
Right. I thought that was like roofies or something. Something natural.
No, it is in fact the love potion.
So what were they going to accomplish with that?
What do you think that the love potion makes you do, Nathaniel?
Fall in love?
No.
I guess we'll never know.
No. Anyway, it's a drug.
I guess we'll never know. Just like how we'll never know who the boss is in Hell of a Boss.
Okay, keep going.
So, now Velvette isn't just a master of the physical arts, she's also got a musical talent to boot. She can also sing and stuff, which we know because it's a musical. And her tech skills are top notch.
Oh, she can rap too.
Yeah. What was the song that she rapped? Was it Respectless?
No, it just says like in the wiki, it says that she can also rap.
She could spit hot fire. She's like one of the top 10 rappers Eminem is afraid to diss.
That's right.
She's like number 1.
Don't step up.
So, she's also honed into the life spent glued to her phone and navigating the wild world of social media. And she's the kind of demon who can hack the system, cook up a feast, and drop a hot single. Oh, she can also, like, cook, also. She has what is known as the spiciest hellfire chili, is what she makes. She makes chili.
Ooh, very fun. A fun little detail.
Now, before October 2022, Velvette was known simply as Velvette, spelled V-E-L-V-E-T.
No, Velvette.
Velvette.
You do know that her name is pronounced Velvet, right? Not Velvette.
Yeah, it's spelled V-E-L-V-E-T-T-E.
Yeah, but it's pronounced Velvet.
Yeah, but it was originally named. She was originally named
Velvet.
V-E-L-V-E-T.
The normal spelling for Velvet. She was originally named the normal spelling for Velvet. Her name now has the E-T-T-E at the end, but it's still pronounced Velvet.
Okay, so it was later upgraded to the snazzier Velvette.
Yes.
Just in time for the main series reveal in Halloween 2022. Now the change, actually, there was a reason why they had to change, because the name Velvette itself refers to that soft, plush fabric that we all associate with luxury, power, and wealth.
So, velvet.
Yeah.
Means that.
Yes.
And then the E-T-T-E is just something to make it more feminine.
Right.
To emphasize the fact that she's
a girl.
Only female in the V's.
Right. Because there's only 3 of them.
Because there's only 3 of them.
Now the word comes from the Latin villus, which means shaggy cloth, or tuft of hair.
Mm-hmm.
A nod to her shaggy, stylish pigtails, maybe. I don't know.
Potentially.
So the addition of the ETTE at the end was a little just to highlight her femininity.
Yes.
Yeah, because she was the only female member of the V's.
As I mentioned.
Yeah. And in true Velvette fashion, her name might also be a playful reference to the rich red color of her hair, red velvet.
Yeah.
Now, despite her luxurious name, Velvette's got the youthful energy to match her title. Got the youngest overlord in hell.
That's right.
Which makes sense because she died in not 2014, but like somewhere in the 2010s.
We assume.
Most likely like 2017-ish.
Yes.
2017, 2018.
Though they do say in the wiki that it is uncertain whether or not it is because of her age of, you know, when she died and like is being in there now, or her time as an overlord.
Mm-hmm. Again, it was, whether that's the youngest in age or tenure is still up for debate, right? And then Valentino calls her Baby Doll, a nickname first dropped in the non-canon Voxtagram post.
Yep.
And speaking of her style, her phone case, designed by Sam Miller, you know who Sam Miller is more than just cute, it's clever. The less than 3 on her case is not just a heart, it's a sneaky reference to the 3 V's, while the @ symbols at the corner mirror the swirly shapes of her pigtails. Mm-hmm. Now, Vivzy herself described Velvette as the glue holding together the egos and chaos of her partners in crime, Vox and Valentino.
That's right.
Yeah, because she's definitely the id to their ego and superego.
Definitely.
Now, she's the youngest, but she's the one keeping the crazy train on the tracks. Now, Velvette's known for switching up her look with every appearance, never settling in just one style. The only time she rocks her quote-unquote main outfit and hairstyle is in Scrambled Eggs,
That's
the
right.
episode Scrambled Eggs.
That's right.
And if you look closely in Radio Kill the Video Star, the outfit and her phone contact icon is a callback to her original look in the pilot.
As I mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now, in the early days, during the pilot and the non-canon Voxtagram stories, Velvette stood tall, literally, being around the same height as Vox, so she was also 7 foot tall.
7 foot?
Yeah, 7 feet. But when the series kicked off, she got a bit of a height adjustment, now standing shorter than Vox. So she's shorter than Vox now. So she's a little bit lower, shorter. She might be like 6'5" or something. Now, in the non-canon Voxtagram stories, Velvette, Vox, and Valentino were known as the VVV overlords.
Whoa.
Now, the 3 of them regularly hung out together, with Velvette playing a critical role of the glue that held the group together. Her charm and wit kept the egos of Vox and Valentino in check, making sure their chaotic energy stayed balanced and their camaraderie strong. So, yeah, that's that. Thoughts?
Thoughts on
Velvette?
Velvet? On Velvet?
Yeah.
I think she's super fun.
Out of all 3 of the V's, I think she's the one that has the least amount of roles in them, like the least amount of like substance to her.
Yeah, currently.
Yeah, because what do we know? She called out Carmilla that one time.
Yes.
She is into social media. That's all we really know about her. Because she hasn't really done much.
Not yet, no.
To justify us really disliking her like we would for Vox or Valentino. We know we don't like Valentino because he heavily abuses Angel and everything. And we also we kind of know a little bit more about Vox because he is a con artist and also he really hates Alistair.
Yes.
And so we haven't really seen much of her, so maybe we'll most likely will see more of her in next season.
Definitely.
So,
definitely.
Well, like the jury's still out on her. I mean,
Yeah.
out of all 3 of the V's, I think she's the most likable
So far.
because she hasn't done anything.
Because she hasn't done anything yet to make us not like her.
Yeah. Except for saying things like, you're irrelevant.
Yeah, except for saying, you're irrelevant.
We need to act with more intelligence. Okay, let's
Intelligence.
Now let's talk about the non-canon.
Yes.
The good stuff.
The juicy meat.
Yeah. So, in the non-canon, Velvette is authoritative, confident, trendy, and with a sharp eye for fashion.
Mm.
She's a demon who knows exactly what she wants and will stop at nothing to get it. She's ambitious to the core, willing to destroy anything or anyone in her way without a second thought. As playful and ruthless as they come, Velvette is the ultimate smooth-talking businesswoman who demands perfection from those around her. Despite her infectious, childish demeanor, she's the master at juggling multiple businesses, including running Vox's tech empire, Valentino's studio, and her own fast fashion juggernaut, complete with multi-level marketing schemes. So, now we're kind of seeing how she ended up in Hell a little bit.
Yes.
Because in Hell she runs fast fashion, which, as
we all know, is wrought with corruption.
Well, yeah, it's also wrought with corruption, but it's also like very bad for the environment.
It's very bad for the environment too.
It's horrendous for the environment.
Terrible for the environment.
They also treat their employees like really badly. The quality of the
workplace environment
is bad. The quality of the material is also bad, but it's by design.
Material,
so
so that it'll get ruined faster.
Yeah,
it'll fall apart faster.
Yeah, because you're only supposed to wear it once and then never again, and it'll just fall apart.
Waste away.
Mm-hmm. So that's why there are like companies that do that.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't know if we can say on this podcast.
We probably shouldn't.
But that have been alleged to be
producing
fast fashion, but which is generally supposed to be bad. And she also does MLMs, which we know as another way. It's the rebranding of the pyramid scheme.
Ah, yes. The multi-level...
It's the MLMs, the multi-level marketing
system scheme.
So she's the one, she does that also in Hell, which is also really bad. It preys on the vulnerable also.
Mm-hmm, it does.
So, yeah. In season 2, I kind of want there to be like a crypto bro. I think that'd be funny.
Yes.
Do you want to see a crypto? You want to see a crypto bro?
What? Wait.
In season 2 or 3?
A crypto bro? Yeah, definitely.
I think that'd be funny.
I want to see one.
Oh, I've started this new coin called Centercoin.
Centercoin? Oh.
Please invest.
Please invest.
We're going to the moon.
The market's great.
The market's great because we gotta go to the moon.
To the moon.
It comes with some new NFTs. We gotta get these NFTs.
You gotta get these NFTs.
We gotta get it right on the blockchain.
Silly monkey. Silly monkey NFT.
Yeah. How's that going, by the way?
I don't know, clue.
So, now, much like our partners in crime, Valentino and Vox Velvette is revolutionary and materialistic, with a deep disdain for anything she considers outdated. Trend is king in her world, and she will ditch anyone, even her best friend and former lover, Vaggie.
Ooh.
I was expecting a bigger reaction.
A bigger reaction? There's so many crazy things happening in the non-canon. I'm used to it by now.
That Velvette and Vaggie used to be together?
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, whoa, that's so crazy.
And they used to be best friends.
Whoa, I can't believe it. They totally didn't have styles that were previously very similar to each other before Vaggie got a redesign.
So, yeah, her loyalty to Vox and Valentino is unshakable, as she covers up their many crimes while always pushing them forcing them to the forefront. Despite this, she isn't afraid to challenge or insult them, proving that she's more than just the glue holding the V's together. She's their equal in every way. When Velvette enters her, and I quote, psycho serial killer phase, all bets are off. She becomes a merciless and barbaric force, delighting in making her victims watch as their loved ones are massacred. And even going so far as to mockingly call their families to describe gruesome details. So her cruelty knows no bounds. She's been known to turn her victims' corpses into macabre attractions for the circus of hell. And she relishes in the bloodshed during turf wars, especially when she's joined by Vox and Valentino. Her sadism even extends to animals, as shown when she tortured Angel's pet pig, Fat Nuggets. Purely to emotionally hurt Angel. Unlike Vox and Valentino, Velvette doesn't commit these horrific crimes for power or profit. She does it for fun, attention, and the thrill of it. So we're seeing like this more intense version of Velvette.
Much more.
Where she brutally massacres a bunch of people, rubs it in their families' faces,
tortures
animals, and then like does like these Ghoul of Plainview style like skin furniture also things.
Yeah.
And she does it apparently for fun, unlike Valentino and Vox, which I would think is worse, because there's no rhyme or reason to it, Clara. So yeah, it's a lot worse than just being all like, Carmela, you killed the angel, and I figured it out.
And I figured it out.
So checkmate.
Ha.
And then saying you're irrelevant.
Yes. Okay, we've done that enough.
So it's a lot worse than that.
Yeah.
So
much worse, it sounds.
Let's see.
Which is pretty common so far when talking about the non-canon.
She's like, from what I'm seeing, that when Vivzy was writing down all these characters, she is like, we got to make this all the most wild things I can think of. And then when they got picked up by A24, she was like, I gotta like really nerf all these people. I really gotta water all them down. Right, Clara?
Yes.
So, now,
definitely.
Velvette's distinctive identity disorder allows her to switch up her personality to match whatever's trending at the moment. If horror is in, she's the ultimate psycho killer. If being a stoic girl boss is hot, she'll play the part with deadly seriousness. She's even willing to dumb herself down into a, and I quote, cute, airheaded e-girl, if that's what the moment calls for. Mm-hmm. Her obsession with staying relevant keeps her constantly adapting, even when it means bending reality to fit her needs. Her addiction to social media is another one of their defining traits. Velvette is constantly glued to her phone, taking selfies, live streaming her every move, including the torture and murder of her victims, and peppering her dialogue with social media lingo like TTYL, hashtag, and lol. She's all about the followers, the likes, and the staying in the spotlight. Everything else, including the lives she destroys, is just collateral damage for her quest for fame. Now, Velvette's nasty side doesn't stop at physical violence. She's also a cyberbully, using her platform to dox, threaten, and humiliate anyone who isn't a fan. She spreads gossip and rumors with glee, practically when it comes to her enemies, and she delights in mocking Serpentius, calling him a, and I quote, cringy effing loser, while sharing videos of his failed inventions. Poor Serpentius.
Poor Serpentius.
He keeps on catching strays.
For real.
Every time we talk about everyone is always like Serpentius getting the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
And, so her disdain for the obese is equally disturbing, as she mimics Valentino's cruelty by telling his heavier workers to starve themselves until they meet her presentable standards.
Yikes.
She's not about having a non-toxic work environment.
No.
Despite her terrifying qualities, Velvette's lively, sassy attitude makes her a frequent source for comic relief. She loves to crack jokes even at the expense of Vox and Valentino, and has a carefree, openly goofy demeanor that can make her seem almost childlike at times. Whether she's bouncing around in excitement or arguing over trivial matters with Vox, Velvette's antics keep things unpredictable. But make no mistake, beneath that playful demeanor lies a dangerously intelligent and manipulative mind that should never be underestimated.
That's right.
Now, her bond with Vox and Valentino is complex. While she's the glue that holds them together, she's also fiercely independent and refuses to be seen as reliant on them. Velvette loves them deeply, protecting Valentino during their Butchertown massacre and getting genuinely upset when Vox and Valentino argue or when they lash out at her. She even ships them as a couple, blissfully unaware of the toxicity in their relationship. Velvette also has a soft spot for Vox's pet shark, Vark,
We love
often
Vark.
doting on him with affection. However, Velvette is no damsel in distress. No siree.
No siree.
She's quick to assert that she's her own person, a girl boss, and who doesn't need anyone to succeed. So, there's that. So what do you think about Velvette? Velvette's personality in the non-canon?
I think it's a lot more like that sort of what you expect somebody who's in hell to act like.
Right. And I think, what parts do you think should be like taken over, like carried over into the canon?
I think that there are some parts of that like sadistic sort of attitude that should be taken over. Maybe not to like this extent of, you know, making like telling people who are larger to starve themselves. But
You think that'd be a bit too much for
I
Prime's taste?
don't know. That's the thing. It's always so complicated to decide like what to like add and what's like too much. I mean, I think that you should keep the skin furniture.
You like the Ghoul of Plainview style thing?
Absolutely.
You know what the Ghoul of Plainview is, right?
No.
He's the guy who inspired Psycho.
Oh, then yes, I know who that is.
Yeah. His thing, he's known as a serial killer, even though he killed only 3 people, but it was very...
You only need to kill 3 people to be considered a serial killer.
Oh, okay.
That's the 3 people is the number to hit
Okay.
to be considered a serial killer.
Yeah, so he only killed 3. He reached the bare minimum, but he was like insanely like... They were very gruesome. Like I think he made skin furniture and stuff with his victims. And then yeah. So that's what you were talking about. So you want to see that in season 2?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think it'd be great.
I think at the very least we should see the MLM and the fast fashion things.
Yeah.
So we can
definitely.
be like, okay, I understand why you're here now.
Perfect.
So yeah. So Velvette isn't just a fashion forward overlord with a knack for business. She has a lot of like their various powers. So let's talk about her powers.
Let's talk about her powers.
Right. Now, let me see. She's more than capable of taking on lesser sinners with ease, using lethal combination of weapons, superhuman strength, and proficiency in black magic. When she joined the other V's in assaulting Butchertown, Velvette unleashed her full fury, mutilating, torturing, and casually massacring dozens of the town's inhabitants, often without even bothering to look at them. But her brutality doesn't end with the weak. Velvette has shown that she can hold her own against the most skilled sinners. She easily wrestled Cherry Bomb to the ground, a feat that would be a challenge for most, and she overpowered the likes of Vaggie, Angel Dust, and Nifty without breaking a sweat.
Wow.
Now, Velvette's combination of raw strength, dark magic, and cold-blooded ruthlessness makes her a terrifying adversary.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
As they all are.
Now-
Terrifying adversaries, all.
Yes. Now, Velvette got more tricks up her stylish sleeves than just killer wardrobe. When it comes to black magic, she's a top-tier practitioner, casting spells that are as malevolent as there are mischievous. She can shift reality, violate laws of physics, and generally cause chaos wherever she goes, all with a wicked grin on her face. One of her all-time favorite powers, cancellation.
Oh my gosh.
And we're not just talking about social media scandal here. When Velvette cancels someone, they're not just unpopular. They're practically erased from existence.
Oh my goodness.
Memories gone. They're rendered invisible to everyone around them. And even if someone does manage to catch a glimpse, they're treated like yesterday's news. No rights, no recognition, just pure disdain. And then it comes to clothing manipulation. Velvette's got the fashion world at her fingertips. With a swipe through the air, like she's flipping through her Instagram feed, she can instantly change anyone's outfit, making them runaway ready or runaway wrong in seconds, which is carried over into the canon. Now, Velvette's also got a rare talent for creation magic.
Ooh.
She can conjure up all sorts of goodies, from weapons to candy, cake, and even party supplies like balloons and confetti.
Fun.
Need a knife? she'll pull one straight from her body, thanks to her weapon manifestation skills.
Let's go, weapon manifestation.
And if that wasn't enough, Velvette can warp reality to her whims. She can change the layout of a room, make objects appear and disappear, and even give everything a fresh coat of paint.
That's pretty OP.
You think she's OP now?
That particular move, weapon manifestation, and the ability to warp a room around you, that's pretty OP.
Okay. More OP than Vox?
No! Vox is the most OP.
Okay. But not as OP as Valentino.
Not as OP as Valentino, no.
Valentino's not OP.
Valentino's a little OP.
But Vox can like...
But Vox is like
take
the
him?
OP.
Vox can beat him up, no problem.
Yes.
Velvette can beat him up, no problem.
I don't know about Velvette beating him up, no problem.
There's like... Okay, this is a bit off topic. But have you seen like this new like meme that's been going around that I've been calling Serious Charlie?
No.
You haven't seen that meme?
I haven't seen that meme yet.
It's basically like something in the show happens, and then it's a picture of Charlie being really like serious. It's a screenshot of Charlie being serious, and then just like straight up telling the character off, and then that's the meme.
Okay.
Like, I'll give you an example. It's like first panel, Charlie's like, Valentino, I'm going to talk to you. And then second panel, that's the meme panel, with Charlie looking all angry and serious, being like, I'm the Princess of Hell. I nullify Angel Dust's contract, because it is within my power, because I'm the Princess of Hell. I nullify his contract. He's going to live with me, and if you have any problem with that, you can cry about it. And then if you want to be me, because I have the most power than everyone, so good luck. What do you think?
What do I think about a meme that I haven't seen?
Yeah, would you agree? Would Charlie do that?
Would I agree with Charlie do that? I don't know, maybe.
I mean, she did. I mean, she kind of like backed off. When...
She backed off because Angel told her to.
Yeah, but do you think it's within her power to just
Do
nullify
I think it's
any
within
contract?
her power to nullify any contract? I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, obviously she has certain things that she can do as a Princess of Hell. However, it's very clear that she doesn't use those powers. You know?
I will redeem you. You are now redeemed.
That's not a power that she has. That's for certain.
As the Princess of Hell...
I redeem you!
As the Princess of Hell... Go away.
Be gone!
Go. We don't want you here.
Clearly that doesn't mean anything.
We don't want you in hell. Go to
That
heaven.
clearly doesn't mean anything. Let's keep going.
I nullify all your sins, for I am the Princess of Hell.
Let's keep going.
Okay. Let me see if I can find my notes again. So, yeah, you don't think that'll work, Clara Sama?
Probably not. If it were that easy, then it would have happened already, I think.
Yeah, I don't think that would be good writing if that happened. So, yeah, she also has typhokinesis also. Like conjuring up black smoke to cover her tracks also. So that's what she can do. Now, Velvette's dark magic takes on a twisted turn with her dollification potions. Her personal favorite for when she's feeling extra devious. With just a sip of this sinister brew, her victims are transformed into lifelike dolls. Thoughts?
That's a pretty cool power.
You think we should see that in season 2?
I would love to see that in season 2.
Yeah. So, yeah. Now, these dolls are fully conscious and aware of everything happening around them. They can feel pain, too. Every pinprick, every fall, just like the real thing. Which kind of stinks. Right, Clara?
Yeah. That does kind of stink.
The catch, they're trapped in a silent, immobile state, unable to scream,
Terrifying.
move, or even blink. Their only hope of escape is a special antidote potion which Velvette is, of course, keeping well out of reach. Until then, her victims are nothing more than helpless playthings in her collection at the mercy of her every whim. Now, Velvette isn't just fast. She's a blur of demonic speed that's nearly impossible to keep up with.
Oh my gosh, she's a speedster too?
Yeah.
Whoa.
She can zip across an entire room or even a street in a blink of an eye, leaving her enemies wondering where she went before they even realize she moved. Her agility is off the charts, making her a nightmare to tag in combat. So, yeah. So she's a speedster, dude. What do you think?
Okay, getting a little more OP.
I always think like speedsters are like the most OP out of all the things. I do appreciate.
They're so fast.
They're so fast, especially in.
How are you gonna get them?
Especially in Days of Future Past when they introduce Quicksilver, and he does that very famous move scene where he does all that stuff, and then they're like, "This guy's way too OP. We gotta like sideline him for the rest of the film."
He's gone.
But I do appreciate in the film, in the Flash film, the way they had to nerf him down was that he can't. The way it is that they had to like tap into like actual physics, and how speedsters would actually work in real life, in order to nerf him down.
Yeah.
Which I can appreciate, even though the movie was very, very flawed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So what happened is that the way they nerfed the Flash in the Flash film by Muschietti is that he cannot interact with humans or any living thing. So he can't like touch them when he's like speeding around.
Yeah.
He can't like move them or anything, because if he moves them, like that would be too much for like the human body to handle, and basically their organs will just be like sloshing around, and then they will just like die.
I see.
Because their organs will be all like moved down because they're moving from one spot to another spot and super fast.
Yeah.
So, and then another one is that he burns like a lot of calories.
Yeah.
So in order to keep the speedster thing going, he needs to eat like a lot.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't eat and he's low in calories, he can't do the speed. He can't be a speedster.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they nerfed him down. So. Yeah. So that's something. Now Velvette's so quick that she is one of the few sinners who can keep up with the lightning fast Nifty. Now, Velvette's speed isn't just for show either. It's a deadly tool in her arsenal, allowing her to strike, dodge, and disappear before anyone even knows what hit them. So, yeah. Now, Velvette's slim figure, don't let that slim figure fool you. She's packing on some serious strength beneath that fashionable exterior, Clara Sama.
That's right.
Despite her lean frame, she's got the muscle to back up her murderous intent. Case in point, during the Butchertown massacre, she sliced a sinner clean in half with the edge of a large butcher knife, making it look as easy as cutting through butter. Her strength isn't just for show either. Velvette was able to pin down Cherry Bomb, who's no stranger to enhanced strength herself, and keep her struggling on the ground with little effort. She even took on the Hazbin Hotel with the rest of the V's. Velvette practically bulldozed through the likes of Vaggie and our favorite character, Fergus.
Oh, Fergus, let's go, Fergus.
And Angel Dust and Nifty all on her own. I can't believe she did that to Fergus.
Gosh,
She's
why?
like the best character.
Fergus is the best character. Come on.
Yeah, Fergus, he's in all the episodes. He's in every frame. He's in every single shot of the show.
The show. We never not see Fergus.
Right. So, yes, he's also in combat. Velvette's strength is just as formidable as her speed and magic, making her a deadly force to be reckoned with. Now, Velvette's got reflexes that could put a cat to shame. When it comes to dodging attacks, she's practically untouchable. She can effortlessly evade and parry incoming strikes with the grace of a seasoned dancer, making her opponents look clumsy in comparison. Take Vaggie, for example. Velvette doesn't just dodge her attacks, she did it with style, gracefully sidestepping every swing before Nifty exploiting Vaggie's weak spots with pinpoint precision, landing a brutal stab right where it hurts. So her superhuman reflexes aren't just for defense either. They allow her to quickly turn the tables on her enemies, turning their aggression into opportunities. for her own lethal counterparts. So, there's that. Now, Velvette's teleportation skills are just as flashy and fabulous as you expect. She's got the ability to zip from one place to another in an instant, and she doesn't do it for herself. She can teleport objects or even people, making things vanish or reappear out of thin air like it's no big deal. Thoughts?
No.
No.
No thoughts.
You don't care about Velvette's teleportation powers?
Why does she have teleportation powers?
Because they're cool.
If she's also a speedster.
No, I don't know. She can also change reality also.
Again, we're getting super OP here.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, Velvette also wouldn't be a Velvette without a little extra flair. When she teleports, she whips out her phone,
Nice.
strikes a killer pose, and then bam, she's gone in a blinding flash of light.
That's pretty fun, though.
Yeah. That leaves behind a shower of confetti and the cheerful toots of a party horn. It's like she's throwing a mini celebration every time she makes an exit. Now, and just to keep everyone on their toes, she doesn't always announce her arrival or departure. She'll pop up out of nowhere without warning or flash, just Velvette, suddenly there, ready to make her next move.
Whoa.
Now, let's talk about Satan.
Satan.
Yeah, let's talk about Satan.
Okay.
Who, we
Haven't seen yet.
Well, we kind of have, because we know that he's going to be in the upcoming episodes of Helluva Boss.
Yes.
And we see him in the trailer for the other ones. And we know that he is supposed to be like a volcano gym bro.
Yes,
guy.
the bodybuilder.
Yeah. He's supposed to be like a gym bro volcano.
Yeah, because in the circus thing, he would be the strong man.
Right.
That's his role.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, Satan decided to crank Velvette's powers up to 11. And he gave her one of the most extraordinary and terrifying abilities imaginable. The power to create life.
What?
Yes. And in true Velvette fashion, she doesn't waste any time putting it to use. With her newfound powers, she conjured up an army of sentient dolls, each one brought to life with her twisted sense of creativity. But those weren't just mindless minions. Velvette adopted them as her own children. Now, picture it, Claire.
Okay, I'm picturing.
A demon overlord with an army of creepy, cute living dolls, all calling her Mommy. They followed her every command. She doted on them like any proud parent, except, of course, these quote-unquote kids are more likely to help her with dark deeds than to play with toys. Yeah. In the brief time Velvette had this power, she reveled in it, creating life just to expand her twisted little family. Her army of dolls became an extension of her will, ready to do her bidding and wreak havoc in her name. Even without the power now, the memory of those sentient dolls and the mayhem they caused remains a chilling testament to Velvette's brief yet impactful dabbling in life manipulation. Thoughts?
I think that's crazy.
You think we'll see Satan in season 2?
Do I think we'll see Satan in season 2 of Hazbin Hotel?
Yeah, if Satan will give her this power.
I don't know. I kind of don't want that.
Why?
Because it's such a terrifyingly, massive power. I mean, I do think it would be really funny for her to just have an army of dolls just following her around and calling her mommy.
Right.
That is pretty funny.
Okay, so here's the character design for Satan, if you haven't seen it.
Ah, is that canon?
Yeah, this is canon.
Very interesting. Okay, all right.
So, yeah. Now, Velvette's talents stretch far beyond just wreaking havoc. She also got some serious creative skills. Her animation abilities are top-notch. She's frequently been putting them to good use for her streams to boost Vox and Valentino's businesses. Whether it's a cute cartoon or something a bit more chaotic like an animation of Valentino screaming at Vox, Velvette's artistic flair is undeniable. Her animations aren't just entertaining, they're a clever tool in her arsenal of influence, keeping her followers hooked and her allies in the spotlight. And when it comes to agility, Velvette is practically a blur. She just doesn't walk, she hops forward almost as if she's gliding through the air, skipping the usual walking animation entirely. Her movements are fluid and effortless, making her a master at maneuvering around any obstacle. Thanks to her impressive gymnastics skills, she can free run across the rooftops of Pentagram City without missing a beat, pouring her speed and momentum like a true parkour pro.
Love parkour.
Yeah. Now in combat, Velvette's agility is a deadly advantage. She's known to somersault toward her opponents, leapfrog over them to dodge attacks, and generally make it impossible for her enemies to pin her down. Her swift, acrobatic moves keep her one step ahead, making her a difficult target to hit, and even tougher foe to beat. And let's not forget authority. As one of the three rulers of Pentagram, alongside Vox and Valentino, Velvette is a serious sway over the lower demons in Pentagram City.
That's right.
Her word is law, and her influence stretches far and wide. Whether she's commanding her minions, laying down the law, or simply basking in the power that comes in being an overlord, Velvette's authority is undeniable, and she's not just part of the V's. She's the ruler in her own right.
That's right.
So,
girl boss, as she calls herself.
She's also got some serious skills in the kitchen.
Oh.
She's an expert baker, whipping up cookies, candy cakes, and cupcakes that are to die for. Sometimes, literally.
Oh.
Now, her culinary intuition is top-notch, allowing her to create sweet treats that are as dangerously delicious as they are beautifully decorated. But don't let that sugary sweetness fool you. Velvette's deceptive intelligence is her real weapon. Behind that playful, silly demeanor lies a mind that's as sharp as one of her knives. She's the master of setting up elaborate death traps, like rooms that fill with toxic gas, proving she's as deadly as she is crafty. Her expertise in potion making is second to none, and she's even invented a hypnotic serum that she loves to inject into her victims, turning them into helpless pawns in her twisted games. And when it comes to social media, Velvette's understanding is complete. She knows exactly how to manipulate it to desire blind loyalty in her followers, turning her online presence into a powerful tool for control. So yeah. So her intimidation factor is off the charts. Thanks to her unpredictable and psychotic nature, even the toughest sinners get nervous when Velvette's around. Her reputation for violence isn't just for show. Valentino's servants are terrified of her, with one expressing genuine fear after she jabbed him in the hip with a knife just for kicks.
Yes,
Yeah.
They should be terrified.
Right. And for those unfortunate enough to be transformed into her doll victims, they were left horribly traumatized after being released.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, shaking with fear and barely able to speak after their time as Velvette's playthings. So, yeah. It's good that they were able to release.
Good for them, but also terrible.
Do you think we'll see that in season 2?
I think it'd be really interesting if they did bring that in.
If we see that Velvette has like this collection of dolls that are actually other souls and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like souls that she like trapped.
That'd be interesting to see.
Now, Velvette is a master combatant who can take down opponents with ease of a seasoned warrior. She's shown her combat prowess in fights against some of the toughest sinners in Pentagram City, including Vaggie, Angel Dust, Cherry, and our favorite character,
Fergus!
And she didn't just defeat them, she did it all at once, single-handedly and with minimal effort.
Oh my gosh.
And when she's in the thick of a brawl, Velvette is the whirlwind of acrobatic kicks and deadly knife strikes, mowing down countless sinners without so much of a scratch on her. Her first fight with Vaggie was practically a masterclass in sadistic combat. Velvette didn't just beat her, she toyed with her, gracefully dodging Vaggie's most ferocious attacks while playfully exploiting her weak spots. With a smile on her face, she casually poked and stabbed Vaggie with a knife, making it clear that she was in complete control of the fight from start to finish.
Yikes.
But Velvette doesn't just rely on her combat skills. She's got natural weaponry too. Her sharp claws and teeth are more than just for show. They're deadly weapons in their own right. She used her claws to cause some serious harm, like when she crudely pressed them into Fat Nugget's skin.
No, Fat Nuggets.
Yes, and let's not forget her expertise in potion making.
Yes, potion making.
Yeah, Velvette is a master at brewing potions. She can have magical, cosmetic, or lethal effects. Whether she's crafting a potion to enhance her own abilities, create a terrifying transformation, or poison an enemy, she knows exactly how to mix up the perfect concoction to get the job done.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, Velvette's power extends far beyond her physical prowess and magical abilities. She's a master of resources and social influencing, thanks to her massive influence on social media. With an army of praised, loyal followers at her beck and call, she can command her devoted fans to do just about anything. Whether she needs information from the far corners of Pentagram City or wants to mobilize a digital mob, her followers are more than willing to follow her every command blindly. This makes Velvette one of the most resourceful demons around, capable of getting what she or her allies need with simple post or tweet. So, do you think this is like a commentary of like actual like female influencers or the social media?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think it is.
Why not?
I think it's just a character that Vivzy made.
I don't know. I find it hard to believe that a person who is the Sniper Wolf situation comes to my mind.
Okay.
When she was beefing with...
don't think Velvet was made after that.
I know, it was made before that, but it kind of reminds me of that.
So how can it be commentary?
It's not a commentary, but it kind of reminds me of that these people have this power, and she does it.
Yeah.
And she's obviously like a fictionalized character who represents the worst possible situation.
Maybe it is. I don't know. Who's to say?
I don't think so, but she definitely does represent like the worst possible situation of a person with that power.
I think the Velvet represents the worst of social media.
Right.
In general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like when Sniper Wolf kind of docks Jack Douglas's house.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And kind of allegedly implied to her followers to go after him.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
No. Nobody should
allegedly.
be doing that. Allegedly. Sure.
Mm-hmm. So, it kind of reminds me of that situation. But this time, Velvette is actually doing it like out in the open because she's like a caricature of it.
Yeah.
She's doing it out in the open, like, hey, my followers, I don't like this person, go after him.
Yeah. But, that's not necessarily limited to the Sniper Wolf situation.
Yeah,
that happens all the time.
Yeah, it's not just like for women, like men do it too.
No, I wasn't saying specifically for women. I was saying specifically for that one particular content creator.
That's just one example out of like a lot of it.
Yes.
Yeah, like I can think of like other examples, but
yeah, well, we don't have to. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So when it comes to social influencing, Velvette is in a league of her own. She can effortlessly sway public opinion with just a few well-placed posts. Whether she's spreading misinformation to spear someone's reputation or hyping up a place or person to make them the next big thing. Her ability to manipulate the masses is unmatched, turning her into a puppet master who can control the narrative to suit her needs. Now, Velvette's social media manipulation skills are the stuff of legend. She has a complete understanding of the ever-changing landscape of the internet, easily adapting to the latest trends to keep herself and the other Vs at the top of the social food chain.
But of course.
She portrays herself as a lovable yet dangerously psychotic e-girl, a persona that drives her fans wild with adoration.
Of course.
This facade helps her inspire blind loyalty and a devotion, turning her most dedicated followers into her personal minions and keyboard warriors, or as she affectionately calls them, her simps. These devoted fans spend their lives creating memes, spreading her influence, and even assisting in her crimes, all for the fleeting reward of Velvette's attention. Okay, so this is a lot of art mimicking life here.
Yes. Well, obviously there is some influence from like what happens in real life with, you know, parasocial relationships and, you know, streaming and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who do have these parasocial relationships with these, particularly these female streamers on Twitch and everything.
Yeah.
Where they build this idea in their head and they become super obsessive.
Super obsessed.
And they'll do anything for like a drop of attention.
Yeah.
They'll spend thousands of dollars.
Money.
Thousands of dollars to do for them to just say thank you
to them.
And that will be like
it. They're like, oh!
like that dopamine will just like rush out.
Yeah.
And then they need to get more of that. And it's a lot like I'm sure there's a lot of scary stories that these female streamers have gone through about fans who are very excessive. They find out where they live. Now they have to move and they have to do all that kind of stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Isn't that what happened to Jenna Marbles? Like
no. So that is a completely different thing.
Okay, but she was like stalked, right?
I don't remember. I don't know.
Like they found out where she lived, and I think they broke in.
I don't know.
Okay.
She left because there was something that had gone on with. It was a cancel culture thing.
No, I'm not saying like when she left YouTube.
Oh, when she left YouTube.
Not when she left YouTube.
Before.
I think
I don't know anything about that.
Okay. It might have been before or after. I don't know. But I know that the only thing we can see is from her husband's side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know there was this other one about this one person who was obsessed with I don't know, she was on the Fun House and she was also in IGN, but they were obsessed with this person and they kind of stalked her and all that kind of stuff. Like, and yeah, they'll do anything to like to defend
there are
lady.
so many like streamer horror stories about like these fans that just get so obsessed that they'll do crazy things.
Yeah, I know the biggest one is probably Pokimane. I think she has the biggest amount,
so.
Or at least she's been more public about it.
Pokimane is the one that I came to my mind.
Yeah, I think she has. She's the most open about her experiences with these crazy fans, and she like talks about it a lot. And I think she has the most amount of that. And from what I hear, and I know that there's like so many. So definitely be careful out there, streamers. Right, Clara? I'm sure they're very careful. But to the people watching the streamers, you got to separate yourself from fantasy to reality.
Yeah.
Remember, they are not your friends, like your friends like you would at work or at school. They live in a completely different life outside of you. They don't know you, and do not go off the deep end finding things that aren't there.
Definitely.
Because that will be terrible for
bad.
Both of them.
Not good for you, not good for the other person involved.
Focus on the real world. Focus on real relationships around you.
Like, obviously,
in your immediate vicinity.
There's something nice about, like, just stepping away from reality for a bit and immersing yourself in something when things are, like, really hard. But it's about being able to go back into reality.
It's all about moderation.
It's all about moderation, exactly. Everything in moderation, you know?
So, yeah, unless you want to take a one-way trip to the Hooskow.
I don't even know what that word means.
It means the jail.
Okay, just
the
say
Hooskow?
jail. Just say jail.
So, yeah, I mean, she also uses social media as a weapon, and she yields it with terrifying precision. Whether she's rallying an army of followers, manipulating public opinion, or staying ahead of the latest trends, Velvette knows exactly how to use the digital world to her advantage, making her one of the most influential and dangerous figures in Hell. So, yeah. Velvette isn't just rolling in dough, she's practically swimming in it.
That's right.
As Vox's ward and mastermind behind the Circus of Hell and the Sweet Spot, her bank account is bursting at the seams. Plus, her blindly loyal fans can't help but throw money at her, like she's the hottest stock in the market, Clara.
Whoa, the hottest stock in the market.
They send her like tips and stuff. They flood her PayPal and her Cash App.
God.
Right, Clara?
Yes.
Yeah. With this mountain of cash, Velvette can buy anything her demonic heart desires, from exclusive services to rare objects that most of Hell's residents can only dream of, if it's pricey, elusive, or just plain impossible to get. Velvette's already got it in her shopping cart. Now, when it comes to weaponry, Velvette's got a wickedly sharp edge. Literally. She's a pro at handling all kinds of deadly tools, from knives to explosives. And she's got a particular fondness for anything sharp and pointy. During her showdown with Vaggie, Velvette turned a butcher knife into a work of art, slicing and dicing with the precision of a master chef. She's not afraid to mix it up either. She once tried to get up and close and personal with angel dust using a razor, but her skills didn't stop there. Velvette's also got a deadeye knife thrower. So,
all of these people are super good shots and knife throwing.
Yeah. Just ask the sinners strapped to the spinning wheels in her circus, or check out the bullseye shaped like Vaggie and Alistair.
Super fun.
Yeah. Velvette's got a steady hand and a sharp eye. Oh, yeah. Now, Velvette's also got a secret stash that would make any demon's blood run cold. An arsenal of angelic blades. Left behind by exterminators, which she keeps at the Circus of Hell, these aren't just for show. Velvette only whips out these divine daggers when she's ready to finish off those particularly stubborn victims who refuse to stay down after a good round of torture. When she's done playing, she brings out the big guns. I mean, blades, blow, wackity, schmackity, blades, whoa, and erases them for good. Velvette has almost an endless supply of butcher knives, and she wields them with deadly precision. She's practically a walking knife block, always armed and ready to slice and dice at a moment's notice. But here's the kicker. If she ever runs out, not that she ever does, Velvette can just spawn new knives out of thin air.
Yeah.
Thanks to her magic.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now, Velvette's potion game is as dangerous as it is versatile.
Yes.
Her concoctions have a lethal consequences, but her favorite trick is creating transfiguration potions that turn her victims into whatever twisted form she desires after just one sip.
Wild.
She's also the master of mixing up fragrances and vapors, like perfumes that mask deadly poisons or toxic gases that she can release to take out enemies trapped in her elaborate death traps.
That makes sense.
If it's bubbling in a cauldron, you can bet Velvette's got a sinister plan for it. Now, Velvette doesn't just carry knives. She also has got an array of syringes filled with hypnotic liquid that's as twisted as she is. Now, injecting the serum into her victims turns them into willing masochists, making them actually enjoy the pain she's dishing out. It's all part of the fun for Velvette, who loves nothing more than watching her victims squirm with delight under her sadistic care.
Yes.
So yeah, that's all her abilities and stuff. What do you think?
I think that I'm very interested to see more of Velvette in the coming season.
Yeah.
Because from what we see in the non-canon, she sounds like super cool. But not in like the good way, in like a super cool villain way.
Okay. Unlike Vox and Valentino?
No, I mean, like, I think that they are all cool. I think Vox is way too overpowered in the non-canon. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I definitely think that those powers need to be cut down. 2 hours worth of powers we talked about in the last episode, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that, you know, we're talking about Velvette right now, so obviously I want to say that I want to see more of her.
Yeah, I think we need to see more, especially since she was so scarce in season one.
Yeah, she had like, I think, two episodes she talked in.
She only had 2 speaking episodes.
2 speaking episodes.
Yeah, and I think it would be cool if Vivzie dives in more to her potions making. I would love to see her doing her dollification thing. I think that would be cool to see more of her influence within Vox Tech and more of her influence in Valentino's studio. To see that she's actually the one who actually is the mastermind behind these operations. She's the one that makes them all run smoothly.
Yes.
And Vox and Valentino are just like the figureheads.
Yeah. I definitely want to see more of Velvette being like the glue. Mm-hmm. You know, the one that makes things run in the background.
Right.
While the other 2 are off being big ol' crazy people.
Okay. And I do want to see more of her, like again, with the dollification,
yes,
her potions.
I would love to see more of referencing for the doll stuff.
Yeah. And I would love to see her, I guess her knife expertise.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen her fight.
Yes.
In this one.
I do think that weapon conjuration is a really overpowered move.
You don't want her to like make up knives and
I mean, like,
nowhere?
I think that'd be really cool. I mean, I have a character that does that, but that's not important. Mm-hmm. I think it would be. I think it's overpowered, yes, but I think it's really cool.
Okay, and then also I do want to see like the MLM stuff. I want to see the fast fashion stuff.
I want to see fast fashion. I want to see multi-level marketing.
I want to see why Velvette is in hell.
Yes,
I want to see more of that.
I want to see more of that sadistic, you know, I'm gonna hurt you for fun kind of personality.
Yeah, because I know why Vox is in hell. I know why Valentino's in hell, but I want to see more of why Velvette's in hell.
Yes.
So let's go into her relationship with Satan.
Oh, okay.
Who I highly doubt Vivzie is going to bring in terms of his relationship with Velvette. So after Satan gave Velvette a power to lure her into joining his crusade, she wasted no time putting her new abilities to use in the most Velvette way possible. She created an entire army of sentient dolls, each one crafted with care and affection. Velvette instantly fell in love with her creepy little creations, fawning over them and proudly calling them her babies.
Yep.
In true Velvette fashion, she didn't just see them as minions, she adopted them as her own children and turned them into her loyal henchmen. Mm-hmm. But her happiness was short-lived. When the V's failed to capture Heaven's Light, you know Heaven's Light, right?
Yeah, obviously. Who doesn't?
Yeah, Satan decided to teach her a harsh lesson. In a brutal act of punishment, Satan tortured her beloved doll's rat in front of her.
Aww.
Velvette was devastated, her heart shattered by the loss of her babies. The usually confident and playful Overlord was left distraught, mourning with the creation she had poured so much love in her own twisted way into. So, yeah.
I mean, serves her right.
But
she tortured so many people in the same way.
How dare you? How dare you? So anyway, her relationship with Vox is a blend of mentorship, romance, and playful chaos. Just the way she likes it. Right, Clara?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the romance?
No.
Why not?
I don't like the romance.
Okay. So shortly after Velvette arrived in Hell, Vox, ever the tech-savvy demon, saw potential in her and decided to adopt her off the streets.
So weird.
He took her under his wing, using his influence to mold her into an internet icon. And as a result, the two developed a surprisingly positive relationship. Their bond is rooted in the mutual love of modern technology, making them a power couple of the digital age in Hell. Now, Velvette adores both Vox and Valentino, calling them the, and I quote, lights of her shriveled dead heart. Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that nice?
Say it again.
She said she addresses both Vox and Valentino, calling them the, and I quote, lights of her shriveled dead heart.
Okay.
Isn't that nice?
No, I don't like it
What?
at all.
Why not?
I hate it.
Now, and she and Vox share a particularly close connection. They bond over social media video games, and movie nights, though movie night usually means Vox commentating on the film while Velvette scrolls through her phone. Selfies are a must for Velvette, even if Vox is less than enthusiastic about them. Despite his slight unease with her more sadistic tendencies, Vox can't help but admire her creativity, which strengthens their bond. However, like any couple, they have their moments of friction. They often bicker over trivial matters, like when Velvette teased Vox about his supposed crush on Alistair. One memorable argument arose when Vox confided in Velvette about a strange encounter with Alistair at an Extermination Day after party. Also, there's Extermination Day after parties.
Oh, that makes sense.
Vox expressed concern that the radio demon might have attempted some kind of magical attack on him, but instead of taking it seriously, Velvette, ever the mischief maker, playfully interpreted his reaction as romantic interest. She even jokingly suggested that Vox wanted to be boyfriends with Alistair, imagining an extremely explicit scenario between them that left Vox absolutely mortified. Now, Velvette's tendency to call Vox dad or daddy is both a playful jab at his age and a nod to the dominant role he takes in their relationship, much to Vox's occasional annoyance. Their relationship hit a rough patch during Vox's fight with Alistair. Velvette, in her excitement, cheered Vox a little too enthusiastically. She was so caught up in the moment, jumping around and shouting tips, that she inadvertently distracted Vox at a critical moment, allowing Alistair to recover and escape. Vox, furious, harshly scolded her, reducing Velvette to tears. Isn't that sad?
Yeah. Except no, because I hate this.
Why not? Why?
I do not like the relationships between them.
Now, later she was seen crying excessively in her room, while Vox, listening from outside, was filled with regret. He even confided in Valentino, wondering if he had been too hard on her. So, what do you think? Isn't that sad, Clara?
A little.
Don't you just want to give her a little hug?
Not really.
I want to give her a big hug. I can change you, Velvette.
No, you can't.
You gotta go to the Hazbin Hotel. You need to be redeemed by the Charlie. Right, Clara?
Yeah. I don't know if that's possible for her.
But Vox is the first time we actually see Vox actually having a little bit of sympathy also. Because Vox felt bad.
Well, yeah, he should feel bad.
Okay. Now, despite this incident, their friendship and partnership remained intact. Now, after this emotional hiccup, Velvette and Vox continue to share a close and affectionate relationship. Velvette, despite her abrasiveness and tendency to insult Vox for his shortcomings, still holds him in high enough regard and cares deeply for him. She's there to reassure him when he feels outdated in the ever-changing digital landscape, offering comforting words and physical affection, like caressing his screen and reminding him that the V's have everything under control. Aw, yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you like that? Do you like Velvette caressing his screen?
No.
I
really don't.
doing everything okay.
Okay, put your hand down right now.
Now, while Velvette looks up to Vox as a mentor and a partner, she's not afraid to step up and take charge when necessary. She proved this by advising him not to risk their empire by attacking the Hazbin Hotel a second time. Showing that she's more than just a devoted follower, she's a savvy strategist who knows when to steer the ship. Now let's talk about her relationship with Valentino.
Okay.
Now, it is a complicated and twisted mix of devotion, manipulation, and unrequited affection. Much like her bond with Vox, Velvette regards Valentino as a father figure, fiercely loyal to him and quick to defend his reputation. As his PR agent, she's always ready to excuse his horrendous behavior and cover up his shady businesses, painting him as a reputable pimp who genuinely cares about his workers, even though the reality is far darker. However, Velvette's devotion is painfully one-sided. Valentino sees her more as an obedient tool than someone he genuinely cares about. He rarely shows her any real affection, only allowing her into his inner circle because she's useful to him. When Velvette annoys him, his response is often physically abusive, like the time he punched her in the back of the head for joking about his favorite coat being destroyed. Now, her tears didn't earn her any sympathy. Instead, he shouted at her to shut up.
Oh, wow.
Valentino's cruelty doesn't stop there. She once snapped at Velvette after being embarrassed by Stolas on Voxtagram, taking out her frustration by spitefully insulting the cookies she had baked for him.
Oh.
I'll eat your cookies, Velvette.
Okay. I don't think you should do that.
Why not?
Nah, I just don't think that you should.
Okay. The Voxtagram accounts also revealed that Valentino previously assaulted Velvette for posting unflattering images of him. So, there's that.
Terrible.
Despite her loyalty, Velvette isn't afraid to poke fun at Valentino, even if it means risking his wrath. She's known for pranking him, making jokes at his expense, and posting embarrassing or scandalous images of him on her Voxtagram account. It's her way of pushing back, even if it's a small, painful way. Interestingly, Valentino does seem to have a small soft spot for Velvette, even though it's far from genuine affection. He lets her host parties at his studio on Extermination Day, bought her a new phone, and genuinely tolerates her hyperactive behavior most of the time. When she helps him with his more sadistic endeavors, like massacring Butchertown, Valentino even gives her a pat on the head, much like a master rewarding an obedient pet. He allowed her to indulge in torturing the town's survivors, even though it took up his and Vox's time, and convinced Vox to let her have her fun, admitting that he enjoyed watching her work. Their bond, if it could be called that, seems to be built on mutual love of sadism rather than any real emotional connection. Now, the series authors have described Velvette and Valentino's relationship as one where Valentino sees Velvette more like a pet than an equal. He rewards her when he does. He rewards her when he does what he wants, but the affection he shows is more about control than care. Velvette, in her part, seems to accept this dynamic, perhaps out of desire or long deep-seated need for approval, even if it comes in such a twisted form. So, what do you think about her relationship?
I don't like it.
You don't like the relationship with either one?
No!
Why?
I hate the romance aspect.
Okay. I'm sorry you feel that way, Clara.
I literally every single V episode where we start talking about the relationships and this part is mentioned, I say it every single time.
Okay.
So I don't know why all of a sudden you're being like, oh, boo.
No, because I like Velvette. I think I want to give her a hug because I don't like it when she cries.
Okay.
So, let's talk about Vark.
All right. Okay.
Now they have a
Let's talk
surprise.
about the shark.
Yeah. They have a surprisingly close and playful bond, one that's both endearing and a little twisted. Just like everything else in Velvette's world, Vark absolutely adores Velvette. As shown when he excitedly pounces on her and covers her face with sloppy, affectionate licks whenever he visits Fox's mansion, like a shark. Right, Clara? They're known to lick faces.
Yeah.
Now, Velvette, in turn, has earned Vark's loyalty and affection in a rather gruesome way by feeding him the remains of her victims. So, yeah. Now, Velvette also has a habit of riding on Vark's back like a horse, turning the ferocious pet into her personal steed. The two seem genuinely enjoy each other's company, with Velvette treating Vark more like a big, dangerous puppy than a lethal predator. However, their friendship was put in a bit of a test in one of Valentino's Voxtagram posts. In the post, Vark is seen attacking Velvette, but it's clear that it was all done in good fun. Vark was simply following Vox's orders, and there was no malice in his actions, just playful obedience to his master. Now, despite the occasional attack on Vox's command, Velvette and Vark remain close, with Vark showing no hard feelings and Velvette continuing to treat him as a beloved companion. So, what do you think?
Super sweet.
Okay, do you want to see more of her relationship with Vark? Because we haven't seen much of Vark.
Well, we've barely seen Vark, so he's a shark.
He's Vark
What
the
else
shark?
is there to say? She likes the shark.
So, yeah. Let's talk about Vaggie.
Okay, let's mention Vaggie.
Before we do, we mentioned that Velvette and Vaggie used to be lovers and best friends. Do you think we should see that carry on into the canon?
No, because it doesn't make that much sense anymore.
Okay, because Charlie found Vaggie like right when
Because
she
in
was
the
falling.
non-canon, I believe Vaggie was not an angel.
Yeah, but she was still an exterminator.
In the non-canon?
In the non-canon, she was still an exterminator.
Oh.
She was still an angel exterminator.
Oh, she was?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So, yeah. So,
Well, yeah, no, like literally Charlie just like found her. So it doesn't make any sense.
yeah. So, once upon a time, Vaggie and Velvette were best friends, or maybe even more. When they first arrived in Hell, forced to survive together through the rough streets of Pentagram City. Their bond was strong, forged in the fires of mutual struggle. There were even hints in Velvette's dialogue that the two might have been lovers during this time, making their eventual fallout even more heartbreaking. But when Velvette got her big break, adopted by Vox and thrust into the limelight, she abandoned Vaggie without a second thought, seemingly forgetting about her entirely. Years later, Velvette's past crossed with Vaggie's once more, this time at the Hazbin Hotel. Vaggie, who had long since moved on with her life, or so she thought, was shocked by how much Velvette had changed. The stylish and different demon she encountered was a far cry from the friend she once knew. Velvette, on the other hand, couldn't care less about Vaggie's anger over being left behind. She was more interested in convincing Vaggie to join the V's. When Vaggie refused, choosing loyalty to Charlie and harboring bitterness over Velvette's betrayal, Velvette took it as a personal rejection, furious that her, and I quote, bestie, had turned her down. In typical Velvette's fashion, she swore to make Vaggie pay for rejecting her offer. Now, Velvette's possessiveness over Vaggie is intense, to say the least. She's so fixated in rekindling their quote-unquote bestie status that she's willing to go to horrifying lengths to achieve it, even if it means turning Vaggie into one of her beloved dolls against her will. To Velvette, their relationship isn't just something she cherishes, it's something she demands, no matter the cost. Now, their rivalry comes to a head where Velvette and Vaggie face off in Butchertown, now converted into one of Velvette's grotesque circus attractions. Velvette lures Vaggie into a confrontation, taunting her into a chase that leads them into Velvette's funhouse, a twisted circus tent filled with horrors.
Oh.
Inside the Hall of Mirrors, Velvette viciously mocks Vaggie, playing on her emotions and pushing her to the edge. The confrontation escalates when Velvette sicks hundreds of her crazy followers on Vaggie, who is overwhelmed and injured as Velvette watches with sadistic glee.
Terrible.
The stakes are raised even higher when Vaggie, now teamed up with Angel Dust, stumbles upon Velvette's doll collection. A macabre display of Velvette's victims. Horrified and disgusted, Vaggie takes it upon herself to free the unfortunate souls trapped in this nightmarish state, believing that no one, no matter how wicked, deserves the fate of Velvet has in store for them. This act of defiance sends Velvet into a fit of rage, entering her full demon form.
Whoa.
Velvette viciously claws Vaggie, injuring her and savoring the thought of the tortures she could inflict. She fantasizes about turning Vaggie into a doll, killing her friends, and baking their corpses into twisted confections that she would then force Vaggie to eat.
Yikes.
Thankfully, just as Vaggie is about to make her twisted fantasies a reality, Angel Dust, Nifty, and our favorite boy, Fergus,
Let's go, Fergus!
arrive in the nick of time, but mostly Fergus, rescuing Vaggie to Velvette's clutches. Despite being thwarted, Velvette's obsession with Vaggie remains a dark, twisted shadow of the friendship they once shared. In Velvette's mind, they're still quote-unquote besties, even if it means dragging Vaggie into her nightmarish world, whether Vaggie likes it or not. So what do you think? Do you think we should see that in the season 2?
No.
Why not?
I think that this should be very different in the second season.
How different? How?
Because I don't think that there should be a relationship between Velvette and Vaggie.
I think that would be actually really interesting. Because that actually creates a connection between her and the Hazbin Hotel crew.
Her connection between her and the Hazbin Hotel is her connection with the V's.
I mean like a personal connection.
There doesn't need to be a personal connection.
Okay. I mean, if it doesn't need to, I guess. But I think it would be really interesting to see that.
I just don't think it makes sense with the canon.
Okay. Because, like, the idea that Vaggie and Velvette were once friends, and then Vaggie could be like, you used to be good, and then she's like, I am not anymore.
That doesn't make any sense. That literally doesn't make any sense.
Explain.
Because Charlie literally, like, found her.
Did it say, like, was it immediately after?
I would assume so. She was stumbling down the street, and she found her, like, passed out in the garbage.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, what I'm saying is that there is room.
I don't think that there is room.
Okay.
I think that she gets found literally right after she gets abandoned.
By Velvette?
No.
Oh.
By the exterminators.
Okay.
Who injured her.
Right. Vivzy, if you need me on the writer's room, I am available.
No, don't hire him. He's gonna ruin the show.
No, I won't. It'll be good.
He has terrible ideas.
Like Vivzy's own ideas to implement Vaggie's relationship with Velvette.
I don't think that it should happen anymore. That's why I say it's a terrible idea.
Okay. Let's talk about Angel Dust.
Okay.
Now, Angel Dust's feelings towards Velvette have always been far from warm. Makes sense. Even before he broke free from Valentino's grip. Their interactions during his years of serving Valentino left a bitter taste in his mouth. So much that he didn't hesitate to call Velvette a B word while talking with her. While talking about her with Fergus and Vaggie. Velvette, for her part, only supports Valentino's abusive treatment of Angel Dust, but also adds fuel to the fire by gaslighting him. She coldly tells Angel Dust that he brought the abuse on himself by refusing to follow the pimp's orders, showing just how indifferent she is to his suffering. So what do you think?
I don't know.
That Velvette just straight up like victim blames Angel Dust by saying it's his fault.
Sounds like her.
Okay. Now, during the V's attack on the Hazbin Hotel, Velvette took the cruelty to a personal level by targeting what Angel Dust loved most, his pet, Fat Nuggets. She used her claws to hurt the pig, tormenting Angel Dust in the process with sadistic glee. She told him that if Valentino couldn't have him, then no one could, all while trying to stab him with a knife. This act of brutality was enough to push Angel Dust over the edge, leading him to team up with Vaggie to take Velvette down. When Angel Dust and Vaggie stumbled upon Velvette's doll collection, Angel Dust was deeply disturbed by the sight. He even remarked that Velvette was sicker than his porn outtakes.
Ha!
Okay. A comment that speaks volumes about just how twisted he found her.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
This is sicker than my porn outtakes.
Stop it.
It sounds exactly like him.
No, it doesn't. This is sicker than my porn outtakes.
Sicker than my porn outtakes.
Stop. Nobody can understand.
Bazinga!
That's terrible.
It sounds exactly like him. Yeah, so without hesitation, he helped Vaggie free the unfortunate souls trapped in doll forms. The poor unfortunate souls. So knowing that no one deserved that kind of fate Velvette had in store for him. This act of defiance sent Velvette into a rage, again prompting him to transform to a full demon form, we already know that, and then attacked Angel Dust and Vaggie. As she lashed out, Velvette mussed over the various ways she could torture Angel Dust, even contemplating injecting acid into his veins. So, yeah. Wow. However, not everything about Velvette is completely loathsome to Angel Dust. Despite their antagonistic relationship, he does have a soft spot for her cooking. While sneaking out of porn studios, he even considered swiping a couple of Vaggie's raspberry tarts A small nod to the fact that in all of her wickedness, Velvette can bake up something that's hard to resist. So, yeah, there's that. Let's talk about Alistair.
Sure, let's talk about Alistair.
It's very short because they don't really have a lot in common.
Well,
Yeah.
they don't. I don't think that they do much together.
So, just like her tech-savvy partner Vox, Velvette has a field day ridiculing Alistair for his outdated tastes on technology. She's quick to label him as a quote-unquote boomer, or any other variation that comes to mind, never missing an opportunity to poke fun at his old-school ways. Velvette gets a particular thrill out of pestering the radio demon, and she's taken his pastime to the next level with her own twisted creation, the Alistair Challenge.
The Alistair Challenge!
All right, come on, TikTok, let's all do the Alistair Challenge.
We'll do the Alistair Challenge. What's the Alistair Challenge?
In a social media-fueled prank, Velvette dares her loyal followers to snap a picture of Alistair on their smartphones, fully aware of how much he despises having his photo taken on such devices. It's all good fun, for Velvette at least, as she watches her fans try to get a shot of the notoriously elusive and camera-shy demon. The challenge is as much about riling up Alistair as it is about showing off her influence, proving that she can turn even the most feared figures in hell into the butt of a joke. Now, Velvette's relentless teasing of Alistair is just another example of how she uses her sharp wit and large technology to get under the skin of those who don't quite live up to the times. So that's the Alistair challenge, is just straight up take a photo of him.
Oh.
Which he really doesn't like.
Yeah,
and
he
probably
doesn't like
will
that.
Attack you if he finds out.
So
That's the challenge part.
Yeah.
So let's participate on the Alistair challenge.
Okay.
Do you have his number?
No.
Do you have Alistair's number?
I don't have his number.
Why? Because he's dead? And
Yes,
he's in
and
hell?
in hell. And not a real person.
Oh, not a real person?
Yeah.
Oh. What's Amir Talai doing?
Who?
He's the guy who plays Alistair.
I don't know. I
Take a photo of
assume
him. Maybe
taking a break.
Maybe I could take a photo of him?
No, I don't think you should do that.
But that's the challenge about it.
No.
It's called the Alistair Challenge.
No.
So, let's get that trending, Clara. The hashtag Alistair Challenge.
Hashtag Alistair
Where we take a photo of Alistair.
Where we take a photo of Alistair. Post them.
Yeah, and you get a thumbs up.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, that's pretty much it about Velvette.
All right.
So, what parts do you want to see carried into the canon?
I feel like we already talked about that.
Yeah, but now we know more about her. I know that everything's on the table.
You know what? Next time, just ask me at the end and don't ask me in between.
Okay. Anything new that we...
No, there is no new... There's nothing new.
Okay. I do think the Alistair Challenge is kind of funny.
The Alistair Challenge is kind of funny.
I think we should see the Alistair Challenge.
You want to see the Alistair Challenge?
I think that's kind of funny. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Maybe.
And I do kind of want to see more like her use of the followers. I do like the relationship in the non-canon between Vaggie and Velvette, even though Clara thinks it can't work.
I don't think so. I don't think that it'll work.
Yeah, and you also don't
with
like...
the canon.
You want her to maintain a platonic relationship between and Vox.
I just don't want her in there.
Okay. But I do want to see her take on a more of an important role in the series, rather than just going, you need a new attitude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That concludes our miniseries of the V's.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys next time.
That's right.
I've been
Thank
Nathaniel
you
Avila.
for listening, and I have been Clara Avila.
Bye-bye.
See you next time. Bye.
Thank you for listening to a Vision podcast, home of wacky talkies, The Kingdom, Evil Exists, and many more.